Okay then, the stumps may have happened 5-7 minutes ago, but we are always Zuban ka pakka, true to our word. We said 11 o'clock, so we have made sure no matter when the play is called off, we will only come live at 11 o'clock. That being said, the match is in a very interesting position. 264 for 4 at the time play was called off, and because England wanted to hurry up with certain overs towards the end, we have ended up with 83 overs. We very well could have had about 86-87 overs. That would have been incredible considering we were so short in terms of over rate. But 264 for 4, so many things to talk about. I think it's fair to say that we're going to be live for 1 hour. So since we've started at 11 on a Wednesday, we will be saying goodbye to you on a Thursday. That's safe to say. That's something that we can say with a great degree of certainty. I don't think there are other things that we'll be discussing, we'll be so sure about, other than the fact that we will say goodbye to you on Thursday. I don't know where to start. There are so many things to start. But I have a question. My first question is it fair to say that while the scorecard reads 264 for 4, India are effectively 264 for 5?
Yes, because Pant just couldn't walk. He just was struggling to even apply some bit of pressure on that foot. Remember what happened? He tried to reverse sweep a delivery, got an under edge, hit him flush on the boot, and he was in agony. And he was taken off. I mean, it's been a wretched couple of tests for Rishabh Pant when you look at it, because he got hit on the index finger, couldn't bat and couldn't keep well in Lords. Now he's got a foot injury which has ensured that, okay, he's been taken to hospital. We don't know what is the extent of the injury. Will he be able to keep? Will he be able to come to bat? So it didn't look good.
Those are the questions that you have in mind. Just to let viewers know that he's been taken to scans. He was rushed, as you all know, in that mini ambulance first, and then he's been taken for scans. Everyone's really concerned. SHUBMAN'S Gill also went to the medical room right after Rishabh was brought out of the ground to see what his condition is. So still we get clarity, we won't know 100% or whether he's if India is going to get, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, day 2, day 3, forget. Right now what we would want to know, whether he's going to bat for you in the first innings or not. And that takes me back to the question. When I asked 264 for 4, why do you think it is effectively 264 for 5? So in your mind, no matter what happens now, he's not batting according to you.
He didn't look to be in a position to even stand. Such was the nature. Because you could see, even when he was sitting, he was like trying to control the pain. The pain was unbearable for Rishabh Pant. And seeing Pant having batted with an index finger injury in Lords, that time he managed to bear the pain, but here he was not able to bear the pain.
That's my next question. You think he may not, but that's my next question to Harshit. I mean, yes, he may be in pain. Yes, he may be finding it unbearable at the moment, but in the last test match he showed, with pain he came out to bat, and he batted without you really realizing. I know different areas where he's gotten injured, but for a batter, even getting injured on a finger is very important. Do you also see it like Siddharth, that Pant, I don't know what happens going forward, but for now I'm just addressing the batting in the first innings question. Is he going to be batting?
See, at the moment it doesn't look good. The fact that you saw the Indian captain also rush to the medical facility which is there in the stadium, so he's not been taken out of the stadium. As I understand, he's in the stadium only. There's a medical facility there, and that's where he was immediately rushed to. At the moment, initial signs don't look like this is a batter who could come out to bat again. But having said that, in modern day age where science has progressed so much, I know this is something way beyond a magic spray for it to fix the sort of situation that or the sort of injury that we saw Rishabh Pant bear at that point. But I won't rule him out just yet. I'd like to hear it from whosoever comes for the press conference later in a few minutes time from now.
Because what worried me more than the blood? It was the swelling.
Yeah, there was instant bleeding, there was instant swelling. We saw
And it had swelled up quite significantly.
he was writhing in pain, as we saw. All of those things were there, but never say never.
If you ask me, I think it is 5 down for India. I do not see Rishabh coming out to bat. You can see the picture of that swelling. There's a cut there as well. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Sure enough, he can take painkillers and find a way, which he did in the previous test match. And as I said, the hand is as important while you're batting. But the thing is that with the painkillers, if it makes it numb, you can still continue to bat. The problem that will happen now is that even if you take painkillers in the condition that he is, and even if I'm looking at best case scenario, there's no fracture or any crack in the bone or anything like that, even then you can subside the pain, but you will not be allowed a runner. He can't run. And so I don't see him contributing. I mean, best case scenario will be, and this I'm saying is the best case scenario, that he comes towards the end to bat and he just throws his bat at everything. He can't be running. So for him to build a partnership or anything like that is going to be impossible. Plus in the situation that he is in right now, he'll find it very tough to use his footwork and so many things, or
balance, mobility,
everything, or his sweeps or everything else that he does. None of that will be possible. So best case scenario, he just comes out, throws his bat at it, but you can't expect much out of that to happen. It'll be just a hit or a miss sort of a scenario. But if you ask me to look at it more objectively, the kind of hurt that he's had, it's unlikely that I don't even see him come out to bat, at least in this inning. That's another thing that, if India do end up batting majority of day 2, he gets a bit of rest, and then India is fielding, and because it's an injury on the field, he'll be allowed a replacement wicketkeeper once again. Jurel would be called in, and so that, another day of a day and a half of England's batting and you're resting, then it's a possibility that he does come out to bat in the second inning. I mean, that I'm looking at a much more brighter scenario. But as of now, whichever way I look at it, I don't see him contributing anything with the bat. And I must say that's a shame, because how good was he looking? It could have been a very different test match had we ended the day with a Rishabh Pant on the crease. India would have felt really confident of where they are. They would have been 3 down at stumps at 264, and now as things stand, they are
264 for 5 effectively.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yes, I would say this is because of the Pant injury and because of the way how Sai Sudharsan fell. It's England's day. Day 1, after a very long time, a day has belonged to England primarily because of these 2 factors. Sai threw his wicket away yet again. Yes, it was a well-directed short ball, but now you expect people to play the short ball well in India. But Pant's injury, and because why, I thought if it was just bleeding, then I think it would just have been a cut. He could have just come back later on. But that swelling didn't give me any hopes. It is quite a bad injury. Because it could be either a muscle, this thing that could have happened.
It could be a fracture as well, who knows?
Nobody knows. But he makes an interesting point. For Siddharth, it's after what has happened in, it's fair to say 264 for 5, I'm guessing. England's day at the end didn't start off like that. First session was completely India's.
Yeah. But next 2 sessions, see, they got the top
3
order.
in the next session and effectively 2 now.
But they got Sai Sudharsan, the set batter. And another set batter got injured.
I'd still say 50-50. I look at it differently. Firstly, yes, practical purposes, it may look like 5, but it is 4 as things stand. We talk about so much on the visual side, optically, scoreboard reads 264 for 4, and so many battles in a test match are won and lost psychologically. At the moment, psychologically, if I see 264 for 4, it's still unknown. Rishabh Pant, whatever was said and done, it is still unknown what future holds for him and what kind of participation he has in the test match. But I'd say 50-50. I won't say entirely England's day, because you saw even after a Shardul Thakur and a Ravindra Jadeja were asked to come into bat, both almost operating the same strike rate. But that's not the point. The thing being that both played in excess of 35 deliveries and looked assured. Were they looking troubled to me? I had some question marks over a Shardul Thakur, but he has done well till now to face those 35-36 odd deliveries as well. So I'm not too perturbed when I look at the scoreboard, and for me it's a 50-50 day.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I'm just looking at it from India's point of view, and after I heard Siddharth, I'm saying 264. Even if I was to assume it's 5 down, and I take it that the chances of Rishabh coming out to bat are minuscule. If I look at 264 for 5, and because I am batting till 9, because Anshul Kamboj is a decent bat, and I'm batting till 9. Can I expect my remaining 4 batters in a Jadeja, Shardul, Washi, Anshul to give me another 140 runs? I don't think I'm asking for too much combined. So why I'm saying 140 runs from here, combined as in the whole team.
You're looking at 400, which has been the kind of score you've seen here in the first innings.
Correct, because I said 140 because I'm looking at a 400 mark. So if you are 404 all out, hypothetically 404 all out, and we know that progressively, maybe not the first inning for England, but progressively we've seen innings number 3, inning number 4 get even tougher. If I've got 400 in the first innings, I'm not, and remember, I know that people will point out to the Leeds test match also where you got those 400 odd, but Leeds was very different. There was no swing in the air. It was good batting condition. Whatever said and done, there is overcast conditions here. Ball is swinging all the time. Not the easiest. Yes, not the toughest. The pitch is very good to bat out. Not the easiest. If I get 400 there, I'm not. I think I'm bullish about my chances. And I have a feeling that India can. I know that tomorrow. So that's why I'm saying I'm reserving my comment. And I agree with Ashit. I'll also say kind of a 50-50 day. Because if India can get 140 more from here on, which is not unrealistically that I'm asking them to do something exceptional, average sort of batting, if each of them were to get 40 odd sort of a thing, these 4 batters that I said takes you to about 140, that's 400, I'm happy.
Also what gives me a little bit of hope, and why I'm saying 50-50 for me, also because I also see those runs being scored. But if we'll take a closer look at the scorecard, the batter with the least number of runs is your captain in SHUBMAN Gill, who also played 4 overs, 23 balls, so he's played 4 overs, and that tells you that no matter what you've seen entire day, after that the least number of balls that have been faced are 36 balls by Shardul Thakur. Everyone's managed to...
Who's not out?
Who is still not out. And then you've got a Jadeja who's on the other end with 37 balls. So that tells me managing 5, 6, 7 overs is not the toughest thing to do on this track. Now, if I'm applying the same logic to the batters who are to come in as well, I see, a combined effort resulting in those kind of runs, somewhere between 100 or 140, which takes me to somewhere between 360 to 400, which...
360, it'll be a different game.
360 to 400.
400, you'll have to cross 400.
See, firstly,
360, I'm looking at the game differently.
See, he said 140 runs. 404 is not found. If you look at the technological bit, 404 is not found. But then I am basing it upon the fact that there is a dark underbelly to India's lower order. And I'm counting the lower order from number 8 to number 11. That's technically the lower order, right? In 4 innings, out of the 6, they have failed. Even in placid batting conditions and in tougher batting circumstances.
Different,
also.
no? You've now got Shardul in. Yeah. I'm just talking about your remaining. You've got Shardul in. Okay. Yes. Ravindra Jadeja, you can't say hasn't been getting runs with the bat. That's the one criticism you can't have against here. Washington Sundar, okay, I'll give it. Though he was good in that first inning last test match, second inning is okay, not so great, I'll agree. Anshul Kamboj is a new entrant, you don't know.
Untested, whether he can, but we don't know.
Maybe he steps up. So, I mean, you really can't have a past precedent
there
to
is,
look at.
Again, England haven't taken the second new ball yet. So, with the second new ball tomorrow, it could change the entire dynamics of the game. And that is why I am basing my 404 on potentially the weakest lower order that is going around in world cricket. That is where...
You're saying that after Lords, where's your lower order that saved you?
Leeds.
But Lords?
But you didn't win at Lords.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they saved you the blushes.
No.
They're the ones.
I mean...
In a Jadeja, in a Bumrah.
Sure, but then it was that same lower order collapse of 4-4-11 that didn't get you the lead. And you needed the lead at Lords. Here, the lower order, okay, saved you the blushes, but you didn't win.
But the difference was in Leeds again, as I said, you had not gone with 3 all-rounders. I think that's where you change, that I need to have multiple all-rounders. And now if you've gone with, I'm actually saying 4 all-rounders, because I think Anshul is pretty decent with the bat. So now you've actually gone with 4. And that time you'd gone with 2. So I think there's a difference there in terms of what happened in Leeds and what happens here. See, again, you I think valid point about the new ball, but then that can go either way. Either, India have a, as soon as they take the new ball and your tail wraps up for 30 runs is what you're trying to say, worst case scenario, but also tells you that you might get 50 runs in double quick time in the first half hour because of the new ball, which Jadeja will get 3 third man 4s.
Yes.
That's his trademark. Plays with soft hand. Shardul actually punched it and got it. Jadeja just soft hand touches it. It looks like an edge, but it goes there. And so,
see, my best case scenario from this England, I mean, if you look at the Indian tail, is another 80-90 runs. That's it.
If it's
8 to 11.
If it's another 80-90, then I'd give England the edge. Slight edge, not too much. But if India crosses 400, and I think it's a psychological barrier, that's not too far.
With no Pant, this is effectively your second last recognized batting pair. Second last.
Washi is going to be coming here.
Yeah, so second last, no? Last batting pair recognized, I would say, is Washington Sundar.
Recognized and fit.
Anshul Kamboj,
you may have another recognized pair, but it may not be the fittest.
And there could be a twist in the tail and Rishabh walks out.
No, so that's exactly the point I was making.
See, it's
important. It will make for a recognized pair, but it may not be the fittest pair.
See, it is important to reiterate.
So 3 pairs then.
It's important to reiterate, my thesis is on the fact that Pant is not coming out to bat. Very important to note. If he comes out to bat, then it changes entirely.
But he may come out to bat, last all of 20 deliveries, but give you, let's say, about
30 runs.
30-35 runs as well.
Yeah, but why I'm saying that also won't be easy. One, you can't run. That's the thing. And sometimes you need at least a single here and there to do it. And secondly, it impacts because his game is such, off-balance shots that he hits, and he also likes to dance down the wicket to disrupt the rhythm of the bowler.
The fielders will be planted on the ropes for him, knowing that he can't run.
Yeah, exactly.
And then bowl wide outside off to curb his stroke. He'll
wide,
go for it and then
perhaps short wherein he can't adjust. He can't transfer that weight onto the back foot. Correct. It'll be interesting.
I mean, I don't know what that's exactly what I was saying. I don't know what to make of it, but that's the one thing I don't like about reverse sweeps. I mean, and I don't want to use this incident as an example to reiterate that. But the thing is, he's so talented. Just the way he charges the bowlers, downside down, and then where he flicks those deliveries of his leg, and he hits great cover drives, straight drives, and all. Also, he's got everything. He doesn't. I mean, because the chances, see, whatever said and done, reverse sweep is actually to disrupt the bowler's rhythm and the field placement, and it can be played once in a while, rarely, but I think does it too often. And for someone who's got all shots in his book, if he was struggling and he can't up the tempo because he's struggling otherwise, I can understand. But I used to always think like that. It's going to hurt somebody. And I say that for the ramp also. I know you got helmet and everything, but can sometimes really seriously hurt you. And that's exactly what has happened now.
He wouldn't be Rishabh Pant if he didn't do that.
I agree. But he could still be.
Exactly what I was saying. I don't think.
But he can still be with his intent. That's what you love about him. Like first ball after lunch break or tea break, wherever it just comes out.
He just dance down.
Dance down.
2 cars.
Or the sweep that he hit of Archer, which is like almost at 86-mile sweep, which is conventional shot. Dancing down also conventional. That is also Rishabh Pant. Adventurous, aggressive. See, I don't think he needs a reverse
sweep. Such is the persona of Rishabh Pant that, see, in Melbourne, when he hit that paddle, he tried that paddle scoop which went to third man, there was a big debate. Because if you look at the purest definition, it was a horrible shot. And Sunil Gavaskar called it out on air also, for which one section trolled him, but he was right. But then when he got the success, it changed 180 degrees. Pant taking out all these kind of things will make him a dull, boring accumulator.
No, just take the reverse sweep out, I'm just saying. Everything else I love. Because they are aggressive shots and they I think the beauty of Pant, and in fact, out of all the things that I saw, I enjoyed the most was that sweep that he hit of Archer, and the goal that he had of charging the first delivery that he plays right after the break.
That we've seen before in the series.
Yeah, but
when he charged down to Stokes, I think
that's
Leeds.
Pant, na? And even the kind of off-balance shots that he hits here, those also conventional. It may look unconventional because of his way and he goes a bit off balance, but still more conventional. I just think this is something, which is like a hit and a miss. It's predetermined, hit and a miss. And it's sometimes, now it's hit his leg. The chances of you getting injured is much higher in this, which is not there when you're, dancing down the wicket and flat batting a bowler in anger, or sweeping him, or, even slogging him. I don't think, because those are still shots in control. Yeah, what happens? It's a hit and a miss. You miss it. Sometime it can hit your body somewhere. You never know. It can hit your throat area. For me,
I totally
seems
agree.
A high
These
risk
aren't
shot.
risky shots, both cricketing and when you look at the physical aspect as well, from safety point of view as well of a player. Very risky shots. These are hard to middle. You get an edge, you can get hurt anywhere.
It can cost you in a World Cup. I'll tell you about that later.
Oh yeah, we saw that. You're talking about Pant's dismissal only, right? When he tried to, but that was a sweep shot, Siddharth.
1987 Mike Gatting.
Okay, yeah.
Even a reverse sweep can cost you a World Cup.
But Pant tried to sweep, right, in the T20 World Cup when he got caught this time.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, my larger point being that he's writhing in pain, as we see. But see, it's the package, and I don't think so. It's not like that. It's not like your local operator TV package that you take this package as well. You add 2 Hindi channels. You add this. You add that. You add 2 Marathi channels. Sports also pick 2 channels. It's not like that. Rishabh Pant comes in with this package. There can't be additions, there can't be deletions. This is what it is. You take it, you leave it. This is what we learned from Manchester to then the series ending, where we saw him get some sort of redemption as well. But and for that matter, the real redemption came early on in this series. So that's what it is. And has he changed too much from the failure in the BGT to the success that he got in the second test match? Not much. It's the same package.
Okay, moving on from there to the last partnership that is happening, both 19 not out. The joke on social media is that Shardul was sent as a night watchman to protect Washington Sundar.
Well, Lord can do anything he wants.
Then questions were being asked, then Ravindra Jadeja, why was he giving
the strike?
I really don't know. I mean,
why was Ravindra Jadeja giving strike to Shardul?
See, it was the clear ploy with the lights being an issue. You had to get a right-hander in to tackle the spinners.
Yeah.
Simple.
Lights?
No, light came later.
Right,
He thinks because Root is bowling, so maybe. But I think that happened later. They'd sent Shardul earlier, and I partly agree with your statement. I think, jokes aside, I was just joking about the night watchman. It's a social media joke after what happened there.
Lords.
Lord they sent.
Yeah.
If not in Lords in Manchester. But I think they sent him simply because they had a left-hander in Jadeja. So there's let's just balance it out.
Right hand.
And then Washi will come in. Not to say that if in case Shardul gets out, Anshul will come. I think Washi will still come. It's not to say they won't have left-handers, but here they could exercise that. And boy, do I say that Shardul looked rather good. Because you can be a bit tentative about his batting. He is more of a bowler, and I know he's gotten runs as well. And in that situation, but he looked so assured when he was playing the spinners. They got the left armer, played perfectly, trying to use his bat. Sometimes you try avoid using your bat. Try to play with the pad. That's how you get out. Now he was using his bat, putting it further ahead of his pad. Then a couple of boundaries that he got of the fast bowlers, like one back foot punch. Total batter types, looking good. Maybe he also knows that he's going to be judged.
Yeah.
Limited opportunities. If he doesn't make it count, he might also struggle.
See, he has a Ranji century along with Tushar Deshpande, and he's got 3 50s at the Oval. So that is why he's no mug with the bat. But again, Shardul Thakur,
In Australia,
yeah,
BGT,
the Brisbane Test match, got a 5-wicket haul as well, if I'm not mistaken, plus a vital 123-run stand with Washington Sundar. So, what wrong has Shardul done to not get that many chances? Again, that fetish with the team composition, by playing all-rounders. I think Nitish Reddy getting a jump start, and that has sidelined him. And now with no Nitish Reddy, honestly,
But
Nitish Reddy was not injured, he would not been playing. Simple.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
that you can't say because he was injured that time.
But I mean, he considered himself lucky he's got a chance now. I mean, he very well could have been out here as well, and you played an extra batter. But those were the conversations that were being
No,
had.
you know, with Shardul's injury, that double whammy, it happened. If Nitish had not stepped up in the BGT, then I think Shardul would have been an automatic comeback and they would have welcomed him with both hands. But because he got injured, got sidelined, Nitish did well, he now has to fight every single time for a spot. And Nitish, had he not gotten injured and been ruled out for the series, Shardul would not have played. Leeds would have been his only test match, which would have read about single-digit scores and only
22
16 overs in the whole
16.
in the whole test. But yeah, kudos to him. He looks good. Tomorrow, the spell with the new ball will probably determine how much he can contribute for India.
Let's go to the India's top order. Do you want to go with Shubman or Sai? Who do we go with?
Sai then Shubman, because
Okay.
we discussed Shubman
Okay.
in the...
Sai made. I mean, Sai will consider himself a bit lucky. Could have been out much earlier.
20.
20 was easiest catch, as we discussed in the series, that Jamie Smith drops, and from there on, but kudos to him. And I mean, imagine, that's what I'm saying, one catch changes so much. Sai gets out for 20, and it's not just about getting out on 20, it is Sai getting out in exactly the same fashion how England planned it in the previous test match. Same mistake if he makes again, and then has to walk off. I think Knives would have been out. And just now where he sits, 61, I know maybe we'll talk about that shot also that he plays, but still, 61, your highest run getter, he takes a big sigh of relief right now. He's breathing easy, for sure.
Sai's big sigh of relief, indeed. But again, see,
Not that.
I mean, look at it. 3 dismissals, all 3 on the leg side.
Can I also add to that? All 3 to Ben Stokes.
All 3 to Ben Stokes. And I don't know how on earth can you get 3 guys caught. I mean, when you look at it in that same onside region, I mean, we give it to the keeper, you tickle it towards the fine leg thing, it's still onside. Square leg, onside. Now long leg, onside. 3 dismissals in the onside. I've never seen anybody start their test career with leg side dismissals from India. Never. This is the first for me. And yeah, 61, good. He hung in there. He gritted out. Didn't let the drop catch impact him. He added 41 runs more. But yet again, it could have been so much more. You are expected to play the short ball well. I mean, the current crop of Indian batters don't play spin well, but you're expected to play the short ball well.
I think he did if not a couple, at least one pull shot I remember was very good. He got it. They were targeting him in the short pitch delivery, but hit it for 4. So he's not. I don't think short ball is his problem as such. Dismissal aside,
He couldn't keep it down. I don't know.
Small observation.
I agree, but he did keep another shot before that. If you remember, I think Brendan Carse was there who just didn't move and he had hit that shot, but it was well controlled. He hit it for 4. So it's not that he can't play.
See,
but yeah,
I won't say he's facing the toughest challenge with spin at the moment, but I was pleased to see his footwork against spin. I thought his defense was solid against Liam Dawson. But against fast bowling, I feel there's still some more work to be done. There's something about Sai in red ball cricket against the pace bowlers that is not giving me a lot of confidence right now. It perhaps is to do with him fishing outside the leg stump that we've seen him now do on a couple of occasions, and he's not in full control over there, and just a bit tentative to begin with. But against spin bowling, I like the fact that unlike many Indian batters these days, his foot movement doesn't seem to be an issue to me when playing spin.
Yeah, there's a reason why he averages less than 40 in first class cricket.
yeah.
You have to weather the storm with the red ball. You have to do all that tough conditions in India also. I mean, W.V. Raman was the last one who averaged below 40 and played for India. Now, from the same state, Sai Sudharsan also is playing. So, somewhere down the line, I think it's either a technical flaw, one. Second, he's very unlucky. Or third, probably we are reading too much into it. There are more technical deficiencies that might come up.
No, he technically looks very sound, but I think that I mentioned earlier, that leg stump delivery to play is not a technical issue, but it's more of a mental issue, and that is a bad habit that you get through playing white ball cricket, because that line where Ben Stokes got him out previously and he was dropped here today could have very well have been identical dismissal. That line in a white ball match, you don't let that ball go because you can flick it for 4 there. There's no leg slip and you'll hit it fine and it'll beat the fine leg fielder. So you try and play that ball. It's a loose ball and you don't want to waste it. That's 4 for me. But then in test matches, that sort of a delivery which is outside your off stump, 4th, 5th stump, I can understand. But outside your leg stump, you don't even look at the 4th stump. So if it is the 5th stump outside your leg stump, that's something in test match cricket you don't even bother. But he tends to try and get a flick of it and run. And I think that is more a mental, habitual thing that you pick up from white ball. I guess with some time in test match cricket. I mean, you do see that he's putting in his best. But these are just certain bad habits that just creep in.
Do you guys see that video of him visualizing on the eve of the match, even when the covers were on?
Yeah.
He's got. I'm very intrigued to know what exactly is it, and someday hopefully we'll get to know how is it that he processes things, how is it that he prepares. Because remember on the sidelines that we saw him in the first match as well, when it was the opening pair that was in the middle. Sai was spotted with his eyes shut. He was trying to do some visualization exercise as well, and that went viral on social media. Yesterday, even when the covers were on, there was a bit of pitter patter. Still, he was there in the middle and was shadow batting. So interesting how youngsters are approaching. Interesting how he's got his methods as well.
Would do. Matty Hayden would do a lot of that. Rahul Dravid did a lot of that. A lot of basketball players do that. Different golfers do that. So.
I know Steve Smith does a lot of shadow batting.
Yeah.
Even I'm just saying on camera as well, for you to be doing these things. And I'm not saying these are antics by any means.
No, in Sai's case, he had no idea there were cameras yesterday when he was doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
He went alone to do it. The media was there. They caught it and were filming it. Okay, Shubman Gill, the man who could do no wrong in the first 2 test matches, was well on his way to be breaking Don Bradman's record. Now has had 3 outings.
Yeah, just a combined total of 28 runs now in the next 3 innings after 585 in the first 4.
We've heard that in the series before, right? That life and test cricket both are great levelers.
Yeah. He couldn't do anything wrong in the first 2. Now, in slightly tougher conditions, the law of averages catches up.
I mean, I don't like to be proven right about these things, and I did get a lot of abuse also when I did point out that Shubman Gill, in the sense that he's a lovely batter, and I think he deserves to be captain. Maybe he'll serve Indian cricket for very long. He's an all-format player. All of that is there. But that one, big question mark hangs over his head, and that is that in red ball cricket, in testing conditions, apart from Gabba, has he been able to do it consistently? And the answer, unfortunately, to that is no. And I think that's the question mark, because on various chances after that he got, he was found wanting when the ball does a bit in the air, and especially the leg before dismissal tends to happen a lot when the ball is coming in, whether it's bowled or it's leg before. The ball coming in tends to trouble him. If it's a good batting condition like you got at Edgbaston, at Leeds, no. Or the one that you got in India when England came over, good condition, he scored a lot of runs. He's a very good batter. But there is a minor issue and he needs to sort that out. And I think the best sort of inspiration, you could look at Yashasvi, because there were similar question marks over Yashasvi. But what you liked about his innings today, that he said, okay, fine, I have to prove myself here and I'll take my time. So the naturally aggressive Yashasvi took his time, was letting ball go. Okay, on a very rare occasion was trying to hit a boundary and get runs. So was showing that hunger, that patience. So I think that test for Shubman remains. Not that he cannot conquer it, but I'm yet to see enough of that happening to be 100% sure that he's he's figured everything out. Right now he has answers to 8 out of 10 things, but there are 2 out of 10 things that I guess he still needs to find answers.
Extreme spin, extreme swing. There are a lot of answers. I mean, that's why in the BGT, when you look at this time, Adelaide didn't do well. Sydney didn't do well. Even on those ranked turners, he missed Bengaluru, which was the flattest of them all against New Zealand. He had very moderate success in both Mumbai and Pune. Here, after Edgbaston, Lords and Leeds, Manchester so far, the 2 toughest conditions, he's not stepped up.
And to be fair, Siddharth, these are not even the most toughest English conditions. You're not even going back 10, 15 years ago.
I mean, for 2002 Leeds wicket.
Yeah. Relatively, I'm saying tougher compared to what you got at Leeds and Edgbaston. And yet there is that issue. So
Big issue.
Yeah.
Big issue indeed for Shubman Gill. But then, let's see. When we do it, we have to be very cautious about the fact when we do the series analysis. When we do Shubman Gill, it has to be divided into 2 parts. Pre-Edgbaston, post-Edgbaston. And which comes out...
Pre-Lords.
Pre-Lords, post-Lords. That is the midpoint. Because will you take 585 runs in 4 innings?
But do we ever do analysis for somebody like that?
We may have to do it this time around. Because otherwise then we are not presenting the proper picture. Then. We look at, suppose he scores 750 runs in the series. Wow, what a phenomenal series for Shubman Gill.
That's fair, no, Siddharth?
But then, again, 585, when he had 4 innings, comparing it with another 165 runs in the next 6.
Yeah, but let's say with Mr. Gavaskar's record, 774, I mean, nobody says...
That was spread consistently.
Yeah, but nobody's going to say, Port of Spain, you got flat tracks, this and that. Nobody does
but then, Gavaskar's spread of 774 was consistent.
Right.
Here, there is a clear demarcation.
But, at least if we go with that hypothesis of, like slight moving condition, he doesn't get runs, hopefully Oval might get better conditions, so he get runs in Oval. See, as things stand right now, and again, cricket is such a tough sport to predict, nobody knows what happens. But the chances of getting another major one in Manchester seem very bleak, because as we've seen, even in average scores, it will go down. So when you're batting 3rd innings, it will not be the easiest, not for him, not for anyone. The chances of anyone getting a big score really reduce. So then you're effectively looking at Oval. Sometimes you get good batting conditions in Oval, and who knows, you could pile on the runs in both innings and still end up with a record or 2. Bradman's 900 now looks...
I think it's not happening.
Yeah, it's out of...
Yeah, Bradman's 900.
It looks out of sight now.
Gavaskar's 774 also is 50-50 now.
Yeah, what about Yashasvi's
712?
712.
He can, see, right now he's on 600 and he's only 100 away from Yashasvi.
That may be doable then.
About 99 runs away. He's 613 now. He can pass Dravid's tally of 619, which he hit in BGT. He can even surpass Kohli's 692 in the BGT of 2014-15. Can happen. Those 2 things can happen. But 774 is 50-50 for me. 974, 2% chances. If he scores a triple in Oval, then it's a different thing altogether. But it's never happened that often. So yeah, I think Shubman... It's from the high you rise, the mightier you fall. And that's why... Because there's a clear demarcation. Pre-Lords, post-Lords. The conditions changed. And that's where England changed the entire series then in that sense. So in that way, you have to look at Shubman Gill. In that sense, when you do the series analysis.
While we may be able to do that kind of an analysis right now, 6 months down the line, a year, maybe 3 years down the line, Siddharth, you will not remember this. You will forget, and this is a very momentary thing, is what I'm trying to say. Looking at the series like that. How often do we talk about any batter for that matter, that okay, these runs were scored on such and such tracks, placid tracks, this much percentage of success, not so placid tracks, this is how it is.
If you remember your series scoreline, then you will passionately look into it. Because your outlook will then depend on whether you lost or whether you won. See, why do we hail the 2021 BGT? Because you won it with a team that had 1/100th of the experience that Australia had. You hail certain moments because you remember the scoreline at the end of the day. You will analyze this brutally if India lose the series 3-1 or 4-1 or 2-3-1. So that's why some things need to be looked at because there is a clear-cut demarcation.
Meanwhile, I was just going through social media. There's a lot of buzz about, I know we're talking about the test match, a lot of buzz about BCCI's meeting tomorrow. That is there.
By the way, there were two more, which was...
Yeah.
Please, you...
No, I mean, BCCI has done a U-turn because all this while we were told that BCCI said, no, we will not attend the meeting in Dhaka. You changed the thing. And Mohsin Naqvi, who's the PCB chief, has still gone ahead and gone on with that meeting. It's still happening in Dhaka, and Aminul Islam, the Bangladesh cricket head, is also there. And now BCCI has agreed to attend the meeting despite it happening in Dhaka. The only saving grace is they're not traveling there. They're joining online.
How does that make a difference?
I think
it's about
Sri Lanka is joining.
right?
Sri Lanka and Nepal are also joining.
Yeah, but they were earlier siding with India, but now they are also joining the meeting.
Why is it not surprising? Why? It had to happen.
Why did it have to happen? BCCI said we're not joining. You have the Asia Cup.
Since when have BCCI asserted themselves? They have. When?
When you wanted to ensure that you played only in Guyana, the semi-final, you didn't want to do the travel.
Did it involve Pakistan?
Did you also enforced yourself when it came to
The hybrid model?
the hybrid model? Yes.
Is that a victory for us?
No, but with that I think.
Is that a victory?
Have
we lowered our expectations so low?
I will also include the Champions Trophy, for which you had all the other teams, even the non-participating teams who weren't sure they weren't going to play in Dubai. You made them travel here, but the Indian team didn't have to move.
Yeah, but Ajay, while those things are fine, but this is, I mean, what you're talking now is basically in the current environment that you are. So even if you've had 100 victories before, if you go ahead and play Asia Cup, I don't think that will go down well with Indians in general now.
Why?
It doesn't matter what has happened now.
No, you may play, but you will not play that one match.
How can you have an Asia Cup without that? You can't.
Impossible.
How would you have?
You are motivated by only two things: convenience and greed. That's it.
Though I must technically also point out that the fact that BCCI, two things. One, BCCI has not gone to Dhaka and they are attending the meeting online. And two, that they are attending the meeting is in no way a confirmation that BCCI has agreed to participate in the Asia Cup. Because you remember an Asian Cricket Council meeting has many other agendas for which you would want to vote. And you want to exercise that right, and you could very well go into the meeting and say that we are opting out of the Asia Cup because India hosts also. So
we hope so.
Yeah.
In the current environment,
I don't want to say something.
Yeah.
And then you realize that you were saying that why is it that BCCI has to play? Why don't they back out? And then you get to know that that's what they've said in the meeting itself.
Sure. So okay, best case scenario, what we are assuming is one, they attend the meeting and then say, no Asia Cup with you, please. Not now, not in the next couple of seasons. Hope that happens.
No, but there can be another faction that says, no, we want the Asia Cup.
Which is where I think...
Within where the faction? BCCI speaks, there's only one person going, so he will speak. No?
Yeah, no, I'm saying the BCCI might say that, no, we will not play. But the others can come together and say that we will play.
No, who are the others? I mean...
Pakistan will say we won't
play.
Yeah.
So of course, when BCCI says that, they prepare themselves for the eventuality that the Asia Cup happens without that, but that should not bother BCCI. Then, I mean, what do you do?
If you are a true so-called economic superpower of cricket, you not playing the Asia Cup shouldn't even matter.
No, if you are truly a economical superpower, then ideally for a superpower, you ensure Asia Cup doesn't happen at all. And nobody plays it. Ideally.
That is icing on the cake.
That's what superpowers do. But if you then are not a superpower in that sense because you cannot get others to stop. See, ideally,
But
superpowers
see,
will do
you may
what?
be a superpower, or there's another thing. You may be a superpower, but you may not be able to successfully execute what
Then
you
you're not
want.
a superpower. There are only two things. If you're a superpower, you're a USA, you get the whole world to boycott Russia. Right? That's one. But if you're not a superpower, then you say, okay, we are not engaging with you, sir, in Russia. I can't get the world to do it. But I am not engaging, so I pull out.
No, I'm saying that
And
you
then
could
Asia
be a
Cup
superpower, but you can also fail, right?
No, then you're not a superpower. See, superpowers I go with in any scenario. See, if I'm looking at BCCI. I'm not talking India or anything.
Yeah.
BCCI, if you say runs cricket and they are a superpower, then if they want their way, then ideally they should be able to exert their authority on everyone. And what is your main motive in that you're trying to isolate Pakistan in there? So then you ensure that there's no Asia Cup.
So you've tried
then
doing
you
that in the past. Remember when the Champions Trophy thing was happening and you were trying to get a Sri Lanka to host it, or you say that that there are maybe a Dubai is also willing to host it. You were
I'm
trying
not
to
even
pull
getting
strings.
into hosting. I am saying right now, if you are the most powerful board in the world and you want to isolate Pakistan because you want to send a message across, then the ideal scenario is that you say, Asia, boss, forget about me playing where it's playing. I am telling you Asia Cup is not happening. And let's say the ACC boss, who is also the PCB boss, says, no, you may not want to play, you don't play, but Asia Cup goes on. Then if you're a superpower like BCCI, then you say, okay, well, how will it go on? Because if we are not playing, then Sri Lanka is not playing, Nepal is not playing, Afghanistan is not playing, Bangladesh is not playing, whatever. Ideally, a superpower should ensure that then the tournament does not happen. Because for a superpower, it can't be that I'm sitting here, I've decided for whatever reasons, political reasons, but the tournament is going on. Yes, the second scenario is that if you concede that you're not the superpower and you're like every other board and you're as powerful as every other board, then the second best scenario is that, okay, fine, you go ahead, have your Asia Cup, but in these current circumstances, I cannot be playing. And I think this will be the second case scenario that can be. The third scenario is that Asia Cup happens and you play, and I'm sorry to break this to the BCCI or anyone else, that's the scenario that's not going to be accepted. So
Absolutely.
So you have to choose between scenario 1 and 2. Ideally, if you are the superpower and you are the most powerful one,
to pull out.
Yeah, you have to do anything less than scenario 1 is a kind of a failure for you.
See, scenario 1, everything, you've got the cards. You just have to play the right suit. Why? Afghanistan don't have good relations with Pakistan. So it's easy to get them in India's camp. Sri Lanka also will want to agree with India so that they don't want to alienate them for any future series. 3, all the other small things will side with us.
Yeah, but then
Only
why
Pakistan,
are all of them
Bangladesh
attending this meeting, even if it's online? If they are siding with us, so BCCI then should have boycotted the
Either
meeting
it
as
is
well.
tokenism. That okay, we will use this meeting agenda to tell you bluntly we are not hosting the Asia.
I hope what you're saying is right, Siddharth, because if I learned that this wasn't tokenism and you really did a complete U-turn by saying earlier, no, we will cancel the meeting, we won't come change it. They didn't even change the thing. Now you're joining online and you're getting everyone who you say are with your side to join online, and it's not tokenism and you're actually participating in the meeting, then I'd be very disappointed.
Very, very. I mean, see, then if you emerge that, okay, maybe Asia Cup will happen, if scenario 3 plays out, then I'm sorry, then neither the BCCI, neither the players, neither the government of India should be let go of.
I would not be happy with scenario 2 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine an Asia Cup happening. So your right now issue is with Pakistan, and you're allowing them to have a tournament. Everyone is playing a tournament and India is sitting out. Even scenario 2 doesn't go down well with me.
No, but
As
the
an
thing
Indian,
is,
it doesn't.
is the idea
I'll take it's better
is it BCCI
than scenario 3.
Is it for the BCCI to isolate Pakistan cricket totally with whatever's or the idea right now, or the aim is not to put Pakistan cricket into the ruins? Is that the idea? I doubt so. Because if that was the thing, you will tell every bilateral country or every country that you have bilateral relations, is cricketing bilateral relations, not to engage in any sort of cricket with Pakistan. That's not what you're looking at. How does one tournament change it? Then you ask an Australia and an England and a South Africa, everyone that you can pull your strings with everyone, right? Since you've got the financial muscle, but you're not trying to break them into the ground.
You're not going to do it. Firstly, you've got an indication of why India will have a very insipid approach towards Pakistan. It's there in the hockey situation. Forget Asian Champions Trophy. That's going to happen in Rajgir. Pakistan are saying, oh, we can't send them due to security reasons. Fine. Pakistan's arrival in India doesn't make a shred of a difference. Their hockey team is down in the doldrums, let it be in the doldrums. Not a junior hockey World Cup. India and Pakistan are in the same group. It's going to happen in Chennai. Now, you had to bend your back to ensure Pakistan come here because hockey is an Olympic sport. Now, you got an ambition for 2036 with your house in total disarray. You want to host the Olympics? So, no, we don't want to dent our Olympic aspirations. These minor things will happen. And it's the same thing of the 90s. Terrorism will be flourishing in Pakistan. They will export it here. But we will continue as if nothing has happened. Why should it be surprising when we have a country, when India is such a country, which played Pakistan in 1999 in the World Cup during the middle of the Kargil war? Should it be surprising? This was just a skirmish of 8 days. That was a full-scale war of 2 months. Soldiers died. Plenty died. But we continued with cricket. And then we had all those nonsensical peace missions that were happening. Some marketing campaigns that were going on. How on earth is it surprising that if India can pull off scenario 3 or scenario 2, why should it even surprise us?
Because I thought this was new India, no? Things were done differently. So
nothing is new in this country. It is just that our government and everything decides that we'll have a good wordplay and then warp it all up and then just create a smokescreen. That's it. The new India will only emerge like what you said. If they can convince bilaterally, cricketing, don't even try and keep any kind of sporting relations with Pakistan, which is a bona fide terror state, then I will say it is new India. But this is a mixture of the 90s and we are trying to look into the 21st century with a smoke screen. Olympics.
So you'll have to start with what you have just said. Now you call them a bona fide terror state. You'd have to, and Indians will call them that. You'll have to get the world to agree with you on that now, which they're not doing. And I think that is the biggest failure.
Which is why our government.
The US is refusing to do that. Rest of the world is refusing to call them that. And this is where you, as a nation, if we are what we think we are in the world, fourth largest economy and so on and so forth. So we should be able to do this, but we're not being able to. No, the world is not on the same page as us.
We don't, because that is where it's a big failure. We are still stuck in the 90s as far as this is concerned.
You're saying old wine in a new bottle.
Of course, it's old wine in a new bottle. If you cannot ruin Pakistan, despite you being the fourth largest economy in the world, despite everything that you've got, then all this is not amounting to anything.
Okay, let's get back to the series. Tomorrow is the meeting. We'll have more on sports today. It's at 2 o'clock.
Dhaka time.
Yeah.
So it's 1:30.
We'll keep updating you. But of course, we'll keep bringing you all the latest from the test match as well. Our producer Shivam is busy making a lot of other thumbs. If whenever he gets time, we'll try and take some of your questions as well. He's found time. Okay, let's go. Rakesh Bhushan says hook shot is high risk, high reward shot, greater chance of dismissal. You may get 5 boundaries, but 6th ball may take your wicket. On the verge of debut century, wasn't Sai chancing his arms one time too many? I think Rakesh has a valid point. I think, he's still a young kid into his second test match. This is something that he'll learn from his mistakes. I think the day would have been much worse for him had he gotten out in that fashion. Wouldn't have looked good on him if it happened 2 times in a row. So this is you make a valid point. I think this is something that
it's well put.
Yeah, as he goes
Rakesh
along.
has put it very well.
Chili Paneer has sent us some very big mithai today. Chili paneer, yeah. Why did you have to do that? I can't understand.
That's very sweet.
Upcoming
And not chili at all.
Upcoming cricketers should ask themselves if they can reverse sweep fast bowlers with 2-1 down. If not, then avoid cricket. Drive rash, play rash, then suffer. How many matches except Gaba has he won with this bizarre approach?
No,
Rishabh Pant.
See,
He's a Pant critic.
Yeah,
I've seen
but
that,
let's not chili paneer for the sweet little thing that you've done to us in the comment section. I think this makes for a harsh criticism of a man who's broken all sorts of records. He's easily your best test wicketkeeper batter
in history
of Indian cricket.
That last sentence
Yes,
is
Siddharth,
true.
I know it. You know that record is as things stand. It goes against Rishabh Pant. Whenever he scored an overseas century,
he's made some insane hundreds.
He has.
Absolute insane. If the rest of the team not stepping up,
exactly.
how can you?
Exactly.
Come on, you can't blame a guy who got you 100 and say no, you not won a match.
Again, do we talk in similar fashion for a Jasprit Bumrah?
Yeah.
We don't, right?
No, I don't think it's fair.
There
to
is
even
that
talk
record
about
as well
Jasprit
when
like
he
that.
does well and India don't win, and India win when he's not in the 11, as has been the case in this series. But do we point that out?
These are strange times, my friend.
But
strange times.
Do agree, partly, yes.
No, but that's what I mentioned even before his comment, that that's a personal thing, that reverse sweep to stone, it can do a lot of damage. If you're just going to calculate the good to come out and the bad in that, I'm for not once questioning his aggressive approach. I mean, I'm a huge fan of his, and we've already said that he probably was the number one contender for captaincy as well. I mean, we used to propagate that. So, taking nothing away from Pant, the Test cricketer, I absolutely adore him for the way he is. I just think that there is no harm in tweaking. For example, like Root is such a fantastic batter, right? And he has all shots in his book. And he played that stupid stroke here
Rajkot.
at Rajkot. So I'm not saying otherwise he shouldn't be aggressive or get runs the way he does. Minor tweak, just remove that.
What was
Pant play everything, one-handed, those lying down sweeps, proper sweep to Archer, everything, cover drives, straight drives, he has it all down the ground, everything looks good.
You're talking about the quote-unquote worst shot of the century, right?
Yeah.
Root at Rajkot.
So I'm not saying his reverses are also exciting to watch. They're not the worst shot in the century, but it just leaves this. And I'm not saying in a scenario like this when someone's gotten injured, the worst thing to do is say, I told you so. I don't want to say that. But in my head, I also used to always be like, don't do this. Yeah, somewhere it'll hurt you. And I think for a lot of other talented batters as well. You have so many other, and Pant has so much in his batting. If he just takes this one out, he'll still get you runs at 100 strike rate in Test match easily.
Yep.
Easily.
Sadistic Sid. If Pant is to come, he has to come at one wicket down and hold one end against new ball. No point coming in at 11 and score 20 runs will make no difference. But the thing is whether he can come.
What you're saying, SS, is an ideal scenario. Of course, if he takes that injection, is no damage to his bone or something, and it's just a muscle swelling which can be controlled overnight. Yes, sure enough. With painkillers, he can come out and play. But you have to also see the pain that he was in. And I just fear the worst. I don't think it is going to make him, no matter any amount of medical help, will just make him be 100% fine.
Yep.
Maybe in this Test match you could still have him second innings. Who knows?
I don't see him keeping though.
Yeah.
Keeping, no.
DJ for the second straight. Second straight. But if his injury is bad, he'll get a chance finally at the Oval. DJ.
Yeah, but you're getting too far ahead of yourself.
Ashish Dar. Could Rishabh have avoided the shot? Brain fade. One moment of madness cost Lord's Test. Also, Dawson getting uneven bounce. Kuldeep could have been handy.
Ashish Dhar, you have stolen the words out of my mouth, because the shot I'm already mentioned. Kuldeep also, remember when we were talking in lunch, when I was just seeing how dry the pitch is, first bowler that came to my mind is Kuldeep. But having said that, there's no point crying over spilt milk. I think India has picked a team. I think India has done a smart thing by having two spinners. Because there was talk that play extra fast bowler, maybe out and out 4, whatever. They've gone with 2 spinners. Who knows? If it does get drier and drier. Though, can I make a prediction about the pitch? I think tomorrow also it'll be very tough to bat on. So even if England come out to bat, I think this is that pitch will get slightly quicker as the day progresses. At least day 2 will be much quicker and the ball will do a bit. So yes, spinners will get something now, but I think they'll be more effective a little later. Tomorrow, I think if England do come out to bat and if Indian bowlers can land it in the right place, it won't be easy for England batters as well, with the new ball especially. This will quicken up this pitch.
Rakesh Bhushan. Is Gill walking wicket on true Sena pitches? Another 150 runs to match Sunny record. Forget Bradman now. Why didn't he back players on fair regularity? Why didn't he back players on fair regularity?
What he's trying to say is that, for example, Shardul started, then was dropped, now comes back only. Now Sai had 1 game, then left. There are many who are saying even for Karun it's unfair. He should have given another chance. I was seeing a few people speak about that on Twitter. Then I did see somebody even talk about Prasidh Krishna, that what wrong did he do that you suddenly got a debutant to go. So there are a few question marks over that. Is India making too many changes rather than just being stable, going with everyone? Okay, injury is a different thing for Nitish Reddy and Akash, but you've also made few other changes which are not injury based, like Anshul Kamboj coming in for Prasidh or Sai Sudharsan coming in for Karun Nair. I think that's what he's pointing to.
I mean, it's horses for courses in a different way altogether.
Dark Knight says that false sense of being aggressive in Lords by Gill has got better of him. He is now being booed as well. That takes mental toll for such a young player who has not mastered the art of playing with fire.
Again, because this is also something a lot of people are saying. I don't think, like for example, let's take today. I don't think his dismissal had anything to do with. I know that the crowd booed him when he came out, but those are primarily because of things that happen in Lords. But that I think is something that he'll get used to. I don't think he got out because of that booing. I think there is a technical issue there which teams know and they set him up for that.
Although in Lords I felt that, because the English players also sort of came at him and there was sledging that we saw from Duckett and a couple of others as well. Whatever, 600 done, nothing's happening now. Whatever that he said at that time. I think that time that sort of put him off and he froze. His feet stopped working as we saw in Lords. So he felt the nerves over there for sure. Here, not so, more about technique, because this wasn't the first time we saw him do what he did. And get out.
And I mean, I think he spoke very well in the press conference also, where he said that, people are saying that, wasting time is a normal thing. If we do it, they also do. He said, I understand all that. If you get hurt, you'll try and waste time. I'll also do it, they'll also. But my issue is that they came 90 seconds late, and that is not acceptable. And I think he was right. He's right.
I mean, England have always pushed the rules, but then when others do it, it's called against the spirit of the game.
Against the spirit of the game.
When they do it, it is. Let's go down further.
Shivam?
Rakesh Bhushan again.
Are you making Shivam Giri or something? You're very busy.
Ajay Jadeja is right when he says Indian team is more of rejection than selection. We select a player to reject him. Why this adamantness over Kuldeep, Prasidh, and now you are playing players who are not in your original squad? Anshul Kamboj suddenly getting a fast track into the team.
And one person who's always in your original squad never gets to play. His name is?
Kuldeep and Abhimanyu Yashasvi.
Kuldeep still gets once in a while.
And this time he didn't take a 5-wicket haul also together.
Iswaran doesn't get a chance. Karun Nair, Sai Sudharsan, Karun Nair. Karun Nair, Sai Sudharsan. Abhimanyu Iswaran.
So only DJ, Yashasvi, Arshdeep. These are the guys who not yet played, right?
But Arshdeep is injured.
And
DJ will still be okay. At least he's getting to wicket keep.
Yashasvi, no.
The only one who's seen no action. And for multiple tours.
So
my thing is, if you don't want to pick him, don't take him. It's quite embarrassing for any player to be taken. I mean, it really is. It can take a mental toll on anybody. Let him be at home. Tell him we're not, whatever is your reason.
Imagine you did this to an Ashwin.
Yeah.
We all saw what happened.
But yeah, Ashwin had seen the best of highs also in Test match cricket. This guy never got a chance only.
Chance only, yes.
Imagine what he must be thinking. Every tour when he goes, he must be packing his bag. Maybe I'll get a chance. Then you wait.
You know, with Ashwin's retirement, why I'm suddenly just reminded, because just can't forget what he'd said while making the announcement, that I still believe I've got more to give to the game.
No, but see, that's not equatable. In his case, maybe he thought that he's not needed anymore and he wants to give his. That's not. I'm saying what is happening. Ashwin is very different, not even comparable to Ashwin. You imagine in his case, he packs bags for every tour and thinks, okay, I'm going to get a chance. He goes to a tour, practicing in the net, thinking maybe I'll start. Then he's told, no, you're not our first choice 11. Okay, fine, maybe I'll keep practicing. And then somebody gets injured. Okay, now my turn. No. They'll get somebody to move from a different position to play in his position, he doesn't play. Then he still keeps batting in the net. Then that guy is also not available. You think, okay, now I'll get a chance. Then they'll get somebody from India to come and play, but he will not get. And it happens for 1 tour, 2 tours, 3 tours. By now, though, he would be.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds you that one Sri Lankan.
Bheja fry would be.
I mean, he had, I think it was Taranga Parnavitana. He got a duck on debut, run out on one of the most.
For what is middle name?
I don't remember it now. It's that is his middle name. Taranga is his middle name. Taranga Paranavitana. He got a duck on the flattest road in Pakistan. Okay, run out that too. In the next match, he got shot in the terror attack in Lahore. Imagine, that's what somebody joked. That's what a life you had, man.
Who are joking over this?
No, it was Sangakkara who joked. You got out on a duck, and now you got shot. Because even he also got shot, yeah, Sangakkara. Had he just not ducked that one split second, he would have been shot in the head. That's how bad it was. Then I'm reading that book now on Sri Lankan cricket that is there by Nicholas Brooks. Fantastic book. Can read it over and over again. Vishal Panchal from the US is saying, is this the end of Karun Nair in tests? Yes.
I mean, on the face of it, it looks like, but never say never. Because, remember we discussed that at lunch, that like who do you now go to? This Sai, he's gotten runs, but if let's say 3-4 test match doesn't get runs, what do you do? Then who do you go to? Devdutt Padikkal?
DDP.
Maybe. Yeah, I think on the face of it, it looks tough
like
at this stage of his career.
It is. AI platform fan clubs. Has any Indian test coach lost 3 test series on the trot?
Oh, we'll have to check and get back.
Yeah, we'll have to check.
I'm sure, I mean, in decades, we used to lose many test series.
Like in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, even
70s.
80s also they would have been. We'll have to check. If you did end up touring abroad, 2-3 may have happened.
When the West Indies came to India in the 80s, we would invariably lose to them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We'll find that out.
We'll have to find that out, yeah.
Rohan Verma is saying BCCI is a real shameless organization. How low of them to bring shame to the nation by bending in front of Naqvi.
We'll only find that out tomorrow.
Yeah. But if it is what we discuss, if it is a worst case scenario, then I think that does not really speak much about the BCCI.
It doesn't.
Yeah. But we'll wait till we have all the details. I've already done a video on that with some more details. You can check that out. But we're also waiting for once the meeting happens, then we know exactly what is BCCI's stance, and then maybe it's better that we comment then.
Yep. Austin.
You can sharpen your knives in the meantime.
Yes. Austin Kuna saying, how many from this team make it to an all-time Indian 11 for an England tour?
Oh, for an England. Sai Sudharsan will say, I'll make it, because he's now become the first after Manchekar to get a 50 at number 3 or something like that.
Wow. See, from this lot, it would be Yashasvi for me.
From this lot?
All
time. Yashasvi already? How?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
If you compare it with all the others.
What do you mean? You look at Ganguly might open?
Sunny G.
Yeah, I mean, Ganguly from this team, Shubman Gill's team, that's what he says. Now, how many from this team make it to an all-time India 11?
So let's make an all-time India 11.
Ganguly, Gavaskar.
No, Ganguly won't open. Actually, in Test cricket, he was low.
Okay, so Gavaskar and
Sehwag?
Yeah, Sehwag. Number 3 would be Dravid.
100%.
Has to be.
Number 4.
Don't even debate.
Then other number 4 at 5.
Will have to be.
Yeah.
The one number 4 is there.
Yeah.
Session.
Yeah, that's what I'm
SRT.
saying. Other number 4, real number 4.
Will have to be 5.
Yeah.
6
Virat
then
at 5.
Pant.
VVS? No.
That's the problem. See, VVS, if you want to look at it, he never did well in England. That's the thing. He was a Australia and South Africa beast.
Okay, 5 Virat, 6 Pant.
7
Jadeja.
Yeah,
no,
he's got-
Kapil.
Of course.
But by 6, 7? But Jadeja's
Kapil
got an
is-
impeccable record. As we were discussing, he's got a better average than so many of the other stalwarts.
Both are also different spinner fast bowlers. 7, 8 done. But Kapil will have to bat higher than him.
Yeah. 6 Kapil, 7 Jaddu.
Jaddu.
If we haven't gotten a keeper yet.
6 is Pant, sir.
Pant,
7
is
Kapil.
8 is Jaddu.
Then
9.
now you get 3 fast bowlers.
No, would you take a Kumble? If I have to look at extending my batting, number 9, Kumble.
Because you got Kapil, so you can take 2 fast bowlers. 2 spinners, 2 fast bowlers.
Kumble.
Anil Kumble.
Jasprit Bumrah.
100 in England.
England.
Patter also. all-rounder
Bumrah
also.
and
Bumrah.
Zach.
Bumrah and Zahir. Good. Done.
I mean, we haven't included all the others like a Bini, like a Madan Lal.
But where is none from
All
this
time,
team?
yeah.
None of the 70s and the 80s we have ever included.
But Rohan, I mean, they're just
I
getting
mean,
started. Who knows? 10 years down the line, Yashasvi or Gill.
I
one
was
of them
tempted either to include a Kumble or a Chandra.
Yeah.
Because Chandra won you
England.
in 71.
Yeah, 71, correct.
Yeah.
Bhagwat.
Bhagwat Chandrasekhar.
Yeah. Kohli and Gill, same dismissal, 4th test, first innings of 2014 and 2025. Is it? 2014 first innings, didn't he edge it to Anderson, Kohli? I'll have to check that out, yep.
Okay. No, we are not taking that comment.
Okay, Mr. Creator says that tomorrow there's a high probability of a collapse with the new ball and India still getting exposed. If India gets out early tomorrow, this could be the worst test match for India in the series.
Although play happening tomorrow,
There-
fingers crossed, it's
There's-
very bad tomorrow.
But we've had a full day today. We thought there'd be an
Yeah,
interruption.
man.
We got lucky.
Yeah. So luckily, but I hope the weather improves for tomorrow because tomorrow is the only day which has got a very bad weather prediction.
Yeah, like some 80 odd percent.
80%. So that's why hope it changes because in England the weather can change anytime. So
Okay, final comment of the night before we wind up. Ashish Chandelier saying, Nikhil sir, is it time to bring external injury substitute apart from concussion subs? I don't think it gives any unfair advantage to any team when it is like for like replacement. No one gets injured intentionally. What do you make of it?
This can be something that gets misused as well.
No, but external injury, like you can clearly see it.
not a bad idea.
Like in Pant's case, you got it because there was a visible bruise on his finger. Like in this case, there's a visible injury there. Like if you pull a hamstring, groin and all, that should not be allowed because it's not an external injury.
Like a dislocated finger or something.
Like exactly, you can clearly see it. It's been there. The doctor can tell you that sort of an injury. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, and then the like for like has to be really like for like.
That is where I
Not
think
like you got in a Harshit.
Yeah.
for Shivam
I think
Dubey.
they made some changes to the rules to ensure that, right? I think they made one change
They have,
recently.
Yeah, you need to announce your 5 substitutes.
Like that, and they really have to be, and it has to be approved by the opposition
Yes,
captain or
correct,
thing. Yeah, I think then
yeah.
it's fine. If it is really like for like.
I don't mind an external injury. So more than a concussion, why couldn't they leave it? External injury substitute.
Correct,
that also-
and concussion comes within
Under
it, I
that
guess.
umbrella,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think you can do it.
It's a good idea. Good idea, Ashish. Chandelier.
For everything else, if you're faking it, you can. But I'll say hamstring pull, then you can say no,
Yeah.
not
See,
allowed.
for cramps.
If it's happened right in front of you and you can see the injury is visible, like someone twists their knee, a doctor can clearly say that it's torn the meniscus or whatever, It's gone, can't even move.
the Simon Jones injury at Goa, I mean,
Yeah.
you could get in another bowler.
Or you twist your ankle, it swells up that big, clearly the
Yeah.
bone's gone or there's a crack. So I think it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. Yep.
Should look at it.
Yes.
Because what happens is suddenly because of an external injury, the one player goes out, it just tilts the balance so much that just becomes an uneven contest for any team if it was to happen.
For example, Bumrah's back injury that happened at Sydney. Would
No,
that
no,
constitute?
no, that
no,
won't
Siddharth.
count.
That
That
won't
won't
count.
count.
Yeah, that one.
That won't count.
It has to be something that that you a ball hit or something.
Because
like
that if you go
a
with that,
bad fall
then you're
that you've had.
introducing substitutes in cricket.
Correct.
Yeah. No, not that.
No. Only for external, dislocated finger. Or
That also I
twist
think
in
needs
the-
like a thorough
No, then
thought.
you have a doctor, a neuro doctor who comes and examines and says yes.
A neutral
this is,
doctor you'll have to appoint and
Yeah.
Exactly.
No muscle pull, spasm, that or that.
Correct.
You've broken a bone, or whatever, something very, or there's a big
then I
cut.
think the conversation in cricket moves into a new direction where there then be a school of thought that will say that if you're just trying to even out the contest, have 11 men against 11 or 11 women against 11, then what is stopping you from introducing substitutes for an internal injury as well?
Fair.
You could go down that road as well.
A split webbing also, that also comes under external
You can see
injury.
that, yeah. It'll be clearly visible. It's happening.
Yeah, but then see, only external. That's the way I look at it. Yeah. But then again, then it'll be 12 versus 1. Both teams then will have to suffer injury to make an even contest, no? If you get, I mean, you get one team is injured, but it will be 12 on 11 who's already played a particular part in that match, no?
Yeah, but that.
That you can't help it.
Yeah,
but
so he's not playing anymore. Somebody else is filling in for him. That's fine.
So cricket
it's like
will
an
no longer
over.
be a
You
game.
bowled 3 balls.
baby over.
Basically, cricket will no longer be a game involving 22 people.
Yeah, but that already happens. I'm
Happens.
just saying. It can
Like an
happen.
impact sub.
Concussion
and all
sub,
that,
it happens.
Yeah, concussion sub. Impact sub in
Already happened.
IPL.
Or like it happened in Rishabh's case last match, where you were allowed a wicket keeper. So in that sense, 12 played for you. Jurel, did play for you. Just didn't bat, but a wicket keeper can turn the match around. If catch would have been taken of Sai Sudharsan.
Or those buys.
Anything.
That
Know
made
the
a
difference?
huge role. I told you that day. I told you.
World of a difference.
25 buys
Total 36, Siddharth.
made a huge difference.
What was the margin?
22 runs. 22 runs.
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
22.
The Richies.
Tomorrow, day 2.
Day 2.
2.
Yep.
Bye.
Nandri,
Enough
vanakkam.
of time pass.
Yes.
Towards the end. See you guys tomorrow.
Big day.
A big
In
day.
terms of
In the
developments.
morning, we'll get some weather update for you guys. So do check that out. Plenty more videos on Sports Day, including the India-Pakistan details. And yeah, take care. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Subscribe, guys.
Tomorrow lunch will be live. Or we'll come live before if there is any rain.
Rain.
update.
Yeah.
Or if there's an update from Bangladesh.
Of course. Yes.
So there's
Yeah.
it's a crucial day now.
It is.
It is.
Bye. Good night, Nandri.
Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair. Eat your vegetables.
Don't
and-
trouble your mother.
Yes.